For a few years now, CANiK has been making waves with their budget-friendly pistols that pack a lot of punch for the dollar. From their excellent trigger, which is one of the best striker fire triggers on the market, to all the stuff you get in the box. These things punch way above the dollar on what you would expect to get for the price versus what you actually get. Most of their pistols even run cheaper than Glocks do, and I take this over a Glock any day. So, the review of the day is the CANiK MC9 Prime. So, why get this pistol when you have options such as the Springfield Hellcat, the 365, and other things like the 43X, the Hellcat Pro, which is the bigger version of this, and even the X Macro. For my daily carry, I usually avoid micro pistols for one reason, capacity. Two, my pinky likes to hang off of them, and I somehow don't shoot them as accurately as I do full size, which is usually the general consensus. Also, the smaller the pistol, the more recoil you're gonna end up having. So I usually gravitate toward the bigger stuff. But in the summer months, you can't really conceal a full size like the Rival S or TTI Combat, which I'll get to in a second. So, how does it shoot? The trigger pull weight falls right around a little bit stiffer than a Rival S and TTI Combat. The TTI Combat being the better trigger of the three, followed by the Rival S, followed by this, obviously. This shoe actually feels the same, but I guess because it's a concealed carry pistol, they put the weight up just a little bit, but the reset is still there. It doesn't take far to come out, then you're right back at the wall. So that compared to, let's do the 365 for a second. A lot of take up, mush, 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 and break. Let's try it again. Here's the reset. But the reset puts you right back at the wall, but there's still a lot of mush right there after that wall. That's all mush. My least favorite trigger out of these is the Hellcat trigger. This thing, it goes straight to the wall, and it's a flat face trigger, which I like, but it feels like it breaks harder than a stock Glock 19 trigger. It feels like it's about 7 or 8 pounds. Because I think standard Glock triggers are 6. This is way heavier. Like, I am really having to pull that. And it's easy to pull your sights low left because of how much you have to really get on it to pull that trigger. Okay, recoil. With this, the main complaint about this gun, which is one reason I came out with the Radium version, is that these little ports, these 3 tiny ports, don't really move enough gas to make it really valid for recoil compensation or mitigation. Just those tiny ports. It is still very snappy as far as 9mm go. It does eliminate some of the muzzle flip. Shooting it side by side, a Glock 43X, this is going to recoil less. But I take a full grip 15 round Mete SF over this as far as recoil. Yes, it does flip a lot, but it does go right back to 0 very quickly. And with this trigger, you can really crank out some rounds very quickly with it. It is going to feel like you have a lot of rock back and forth, but if you have your fundamental down, it's going to come right back down, and that dot will leave the window, but it's going to settle back every time if your fundamentals are there. The dimensions of this are exactly what an X Macro would be. I kind of wish I had my X Macro with me, but my cousin is borrowing it right now. If you're familiar with the other guns in the CANiK lineup, this is going to point exactly like those. It's going to feel the draw stroke, everything. The presentation is going to feel exactly the same. So that is the main reason I actually got this. I compete in USPSA and carry optics with the CANiK Rival S. But this gun is a brick. And you feel every bit of that steel frame while you're carrying it. This is not valid to carry in the summer or really at all for long periods of time. It shoots like a dream, but it's way too big. TTI Combat. I compete with this one, just for giggles, in open division alongside the 2011, well, Prodigy with some mods on it. EGW, Ignition Kit, Underworld Arms Comp. Those are my go-to, well, two of my go-to competition pistols. Whenever I'm getting ready for a match, this is all I will carry for the week leading up to the match. Just because I want that same grip feel, I want that same trigger press, I want the same grip angle, and this CANiK M9 is almost the exact same shape, not size. This is an RMSC footprint, this is an RMR footprint, but it's almost the exact shape of the M03 that I have on both of these. When I get ready for a match, I will shoot one of these at the match. Whole week before, I'm carrying the MC9 Prime. I have about 500-ish rounds in this pistol because I have so many in my rotation that all of my training gets kind of separated between them. And I know you're gonna come up for me in the comments, but all of my guns have a certain niche to them. They all have their own purpose. But I have about 500 rounds through it, no reliability issues at all. I've shot 115, 124, 147, even right now, 68 grain Extreme Defenders by Lehigh that I reloaded. I haven't had any feeding issues, even though the tips look very, very weird. So this gun packs a lot. It's got an excellent trigger, optic ready, great ergonomics, and they finally went all the way up on the thumb with their grip texturing. On TTI Combat, none of this is textured. So it ends up being kind of slippery up there. Even though everything else is really aggressive, this part still kind of suffers. Same thing with the Rival S. This whole part is just left. They left all that territory. So I would recommend, if you're really running this hard, you can get some silicone carbide and run it here and here to try to fix that up a little bit. And Lock Grips also make some better grip panels for that too. So I've actually decided not to go with the CANiK Radium Prime because the general idea is, even though it has a lot of more gases that will be coming out through that radium ramjet, I already have this, and it's not much of, it's kind of like diminishing returns. Yes, it's going to put out more performance, but is the performance worth $300 extra? In my opinion, no. I've looked at side-by-side reviews, seen slow-mo footage of them. I can't tell much of a difference. And even reviewers who I've seen can't tell much of a difference, and they don't justify paying it if you've already got this. If I happen to sell this, maybe. But right now, I'm happy with this. I also have holsters for it, and I'll have to restart my whole holster collection back over again because the ramjet is going to be a little bit, like I think 1/5 of an inch more on the muzzle. So my closed muzzle holsters won't work with it, and I'll have to restart. Or the open muzzles will protrude, and I don't like that feeling against my leg, especially if I've been shooting. I don't want second-degree burns on my thigh. So my final verdict, is this a pistol that you can carry every day, or I would carry every day? Yes, absolutely. If I could only have one gun, this would probably be it. Or my CZ Shadow 2 Compact Industrial Edition. The gun got a lot less muzzle flip, and it's just straight back. It's an amazing shooting gun, and it almost shoots itself for you, unlike a 320. Also, what's your favorite concealed carry between the CANiK MC9 Prime, Hellcat Pro, or 365 XL or X Macro? Drop your comment below.